The wind was merciless that night. It howled between the cliffs like a starving animal, clawing at the rocks and freezing every drop of moisture in the air. Eren pulled his ragged fur cloak tighter, squinting into the blizzard as he trudged up the icy slope. He had been living alone in the mountain for years, ever since the colonies fell and the last trade route shut down. Humans weren't welcome in alien territories anymore, and the mountains between sectors served as a quiet no-man's land. A perfect place for someone like him to disappear. But that night, he wasn't alone. A faint sound, like a whimper carried by the wind, made him stop. At first, he thought it was just his mind playing tricks. Then he heard again, weak, frightened, and very close. Eren turned, brushing snow from his beard. Who's there? No answer, just a small shadow crumpled beside a rock outcrop. He approached cautiously, hand on his knife, until the glow from his lantern revealed what lay there. It was a girl. No older than 20 by human standards, but her skin shimmered faintly with a soft silver sheen. Her hair, long and braided, looked like strands of starlight. And when she opened her eyes, he saw twin irises of pale violet, glowing faintly even in the storm. An alien, and not just any alien, one of the Lyrians, a race rarely seen beyond their fleets. They were said to be highborn, proud, and never alone. Hey, Eren said, crouching beside her. You shouldn't be here. The storm will kill you. She blinked up at him weakly, her lips trembling. I fell from the transport. It exploded, her voice cracked. Please, I can't feel my legs. He didn't hesitate. Whatever she was, she'd die if he left her there. He scooped her up, she was surprisingly light, and started down the trail toward his cave. The cave wasn't much. A fire pit, some storage crates, and furs spread across the ground. But it was warm and it was safe. Eren laid her down gently near the fire. Her suit was torn, exposing faintly glowing wounds along her ribs. Her blood shimmered like molten silver. Hold still, he said, fetching his medkit. You're a human, she whispered, surprised. Yeah, that a problem? She hesitated, then shook her head. Humans aren't supposed to help us. Eren chuckled dryly. Humans aren't supposed to do a lot of things, but I'm not much for rules. He cleaned her wounds and wrapped them in thermal bandages. She watched him silently, wincing whenever he touched the burns. When he finished, she whispered, Thank you. Don't thank me yet, he said, sitting back. The storm's bad. You'll have to stay till morning. She nodded faintly. My name is Eren, he replied, and for the first time in years, someone smiled at him. By dawn, the storm had died. Era was still weak, but she could sit up. Eren gave her dried meat and meltwater. She ate slowly, her eyes studying him curiously. You live here alone? Yeah. Why? He shrugged. Had a life down there once. People. Work. Then came the wars, the borders, the purges. Humans weren't exactly welcome anymore. Era looked down. I'm sorry. Don't be. You didn't start it. She was quiet for a while, staring into the embers. Then she said softly, I need to get to the next valley. There's a beacon there. If I can reach it, they'll come for me. Eren frowned. That's a long way, through the frost pass. You're in no shape to walk it. I'll make it, she insisted. I have to. He sighed, then pulled on his gloves. Fine, I'll take you. Her violet eyes widened. You'd do that for me? He smirked. I don't leave people to freeze. Alien or not. They set out at noon. The climb was brutal. Thin air hidden crevices, and snow that swallowed their feet with every step. Eren carried most of the supplies. Era walked beside him, leaning on a broken staff she'd found near the cave. Despite her injuries, she refused to be carried again. Along the way, they talked. She told him about her world, a sea of crystal towers orbiting twin suns, about her people's mission to patrol the border and prevent human smugglers from entering their space. But something had gone wrong. A reactor malfunctioned. Her shuttle exploded, and she was thrown out before the crash. Eren listened quietly. He rarely spoke himself, but she managed to draw out fragments. His lost unit, the betrayal, the exile. By the time they reached the ridge, twilight painted the mountains in pink and gold. There, she said, pointing ahead. The beacon's just beyond that slope. Eren smiled faintly. Told you we'd make it. But before they could move, a distant rumble shook the ground. Era froze. No. What is it? Her eyes widened in fear. That's not my rescue signal. That's a fleet warning. By the time they returned to the cave, night had fallen again. Eren built up the fire, his instinct screaming that something was wrong. The sky outside pulsed with faint blue lights, shadows moving behind the clouds. Era sat by the entrance, trembling. They must have tracked the beacon. But not my people. It's a high guard. They think I've been taken hostage. Eren's jaw tightened. By me? She nodded slowly. They'll come armed. They don't take chances. He ran a hand through his hair, thinking, how do we tell them that's not true? They won't listen, she said bitterly. To them, you're a human deserter. You'll be shot on sight. For a moment, silence. Then Eren stood. Then I'll make them listen. Before she could protest, he stepped outside. The night was alive with motion. High above, 30 starships hung in formation, their engines humming like thunder. Searchlights swept across the cliffs. Eren raised both hands, shouting over the wind. I'm not your enemy. She's alive because of me. His words vanished into the storm. A spotlight pinned him in blinding white light. Unidentified human. A metallic voice boomed from a speaker. Step away from the Lyrian citizen. Era ran out of the cave, her silver hair whipping in the wind. Stop. He's not the enemy, she cried. He saved me. Return to your vessel immediately. The voice ordered. That human is dangerous. No, she shouted, standing in front of him. You don't understand. He risked his life to bring me back. For a moment, the sky fell silent. Then one of the smaller ships descended, landing on the snow with a hiss of steam. Armored figures emerged, Lyrian soldiers, faces hidden behind glass helms. Eren tensed, ready to fight if he had to, but Era stepped forward, raising her hands. Commander, by the authority of House Eren, I order you to stand down. The soldiers froze. Then one of them removed his helmet. A tall man with the same violet eyes. Princess Era, he breathed. Eren's heart skipped. Princess? She nodded. I was lost. This human found me. Without him, I would be dead. The commander's expression shifted between confusion and disbelief. He helped you? Yes, she said firmly. And if you harm him, I will see you stripped of your post. The soldiers exchanged uneasy glances. Finally, the commander bowed. Understood, your highness. By morning, the sky was clear again. The fleet hovered silently above the mountains as Era prepared to leave. Eren stood by the cave entrance, trying not to think about the emptiness that would follow. She approached him, now wearing a new uniform of pale silver armor. Her wounds had been healed by Lyrian tech. I owe you more than I can repay, she said softly. You could have walked away, but you didn't. He smiled faintly. Just glad you made it. She hesitated, then pressed something into his hand. A crystal insignia shaped like a star. If you ever need help, anywhere in the system, show this. He looked at it, then at her. You don't owe me anything. I know, she said with a small smile, but I want to. The air shimmered as she stepped onto the transport ramp. Before the doors closed, she looked back one last time. Goodbye, Eren of the Mountains. He raised a hand. Goodbye, Princess of Stars. Moments later, the fleet rose, 30 ships ascending into the dawn until they became streaks of light in the sky. Eren watched until the last one vanished. Then he turned back toward his lonely cave. The mountains were quiet again, but in his hand, the crystal insignia pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat. And for the first time in years, Eren felt something he hadn't in a long time. Hope.